Jeremiah was prophesying during this time. You know Jeremiah. You may not know that you know Jeremiah, but you know him because you go to Hobby Lobby and you see his words. For I know the plans that I have towards you, saith the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope and a future. This same Jeremiah prophesied at this time in Israel's history. And he was prophesying that Israel better get right. Get right, church. And let's go home. Get right, church, he was saying, and let's stay home. Because what he understood was, if they didn't get right, they were going to be driven out of the home that God had given them. They were going to be driven out of the place that God had promised them. They're going to be driven out of the place where they have provision. He says, I want you to get right, or else the turn is coming. And Jeremiah prophesied during this time, which Huldah was there, and he prophesied. And because we know Jeremiah and the words that we like from Jeremiah, because we desire Josiah and the reform that we like to see that came from Josiah, we oftentimes skip Huldah. Huldah is Freedom Church between Tuesday morning and half price rates. Huldah is ignored by many people. As a matter of fact, I tried to study Huldah over the last few weeks because she stood out to me in my Bible reading, and I said I want to use her, and all I was getting was a single paragraph on her. And I get it. Bible scholars don't want to make stuff up if they don't have historical evidence, and I thank God for it. But the truth of the matter is, man, it proves that sometimes we're overlooking what it is that God is using. Yeah. And I got to remind you that heroes are unlikely. And in this sense, hero comes in the sense that it was Huldah who was practicing until it was her time to perform. Huldah must have been prophesying in the background the whole time. And when her time to get in the game came, she stepped up. Yeah. You ever seen one of those hero movies? Sis Eating Heroes. One of those movies where the hero is not ready to be the hero. Yeah. And the hero has to practice using, like Spider-Man, when he first discovers his stuff, he got to learn how to. And then he realizes it's like it's on E or something, and he tries it and nothing come up. He like. And he has to learn that there's a certain environment in which you can use it in, and there's certain conditions in which it works, and certain conditions in which it doesn't. He has to practice in private. The first time he learns how to walk on a wall is by accident. But then he learns how to perform. He learns how to practice until it's time to perform. He doesn't just go out and fight Green Goblin. He practices. Listen, Spider-Man, y'all thought it was a roller coaster to him. He's running through the city like Tarzan, swinging off buildings. He's practicing. Because in the moment where Green Goblin throws him off a building, this wasn't the first time he had to reach onto a building, reach to another one, and go to another place. He can play the hero because he's practiced in private. So when it's time to perform in public, he's worked that thing out. There are many of us who have gifts that we want to put on display, but they haven't been tested in private. We got gifts that we want to put on display, but they haven't been tested in a place that was safe. God is calling you to test your gifts in a safe place. That's why I need you in a life group. That's why I need you a part of the body of Christ. That's why I need you serving. That's why I need you in a small environment where you can test that gift, and then somebody can come back and say, Pastor, there's something happening over here, and we can display it, and God can use it, and God can do something amazing, but you're mad because you ain't got a microphone yet. You're mad because he hasn't given you the money for the business yet. You haven't practiced budgeting in your personal life, but you want a business. Man, it's tight, but it's right. I can't be fake. Hold the practice until it's time to perform. Let me talk about the greatest hero. My man Kobe. My man Kobe Bryant. Greatest hero. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant hit so many game-winning shots. But here's the thing, Keenan. Let the haters hate. Let the haters hate. Jesus and Judas. Let them talk. Here it is, Natasha. Kobe would get the ball in a critical situation in the game. And what would happen is he would get the ball, and everybody stood in anticipation knowing that when he shot that shot, it had a high percentage chance of going in. Not that he was going to make all of them, but they believed in him. Not because Kobe had magic hands, but it was because when everybody else left the gym, when all the lights went out, he would find the janitor. These are proven stories. Go. He would find the janitor and say, hey, you know how to turn the lights on? Turn the lights back on. Why, Kobe? Because I got to shoot 3,000 more shots before I go home. He would go home and he would sit in his own home gym and he would shoot 10,000 shots from every angle on the court, so that by the time it was time to perform, he wasn't performing something he had never practiced. Kobe was ready for the moment. Huldah was ready for the moment. Staying in the background wasn't Huldah being overly submissive in a male-dominated world. Staying in the background was Huldah saying, I'm getting ready for my moment. And I'm telling somebody today that while you're in the background, while God is working on something in you that nobody else has seen in you, while God is working out something in you that nobody else has yet affirmed in you, when it's time for you to perform in public, if you practiced it in private, God will anoint that thing and call it purpose in front of other people. Practice until it's time to perform. There are people in this church that are gifted, talented, anointed, and this church is your practice ground. This church is your gym after hours. This church is the place where God has ordained you for this season to put you up. Your book is being born in this practice ground. Your business is being born in this practice ground. Ertach is having a budget workshop coming up on the 16th of February because she did a budget workshop here for the church for free before she ever... Y'all missed it. Because she practiced in private, now she's about to perform in public. She did it in her house, at her church, now she's going to do it for her community. Do you see the progression? She practiced in private, now she can perform in public. Your album is being perfected on the platform so that God can produce it in public. That curriculum you're going to write is going to be practiced in private forever I do before it's on the main stage of some marriage conference. That strategy is being practiced in private. That's why you ought to come and help us to strategically plan for what God is doing, because the strategy God gives you for here might be the birth of something he's given you for your own life. But it's got to be practiced and perfected here before God calls you up to a bigger platform. Hilda, practice until it's time to perform. The last thing, and I'm out, prepare the next group for perseverance. Prepare the next group for perseverance.